This time on Roadkill, we took the Eldorado and made it oh so right.
Yeah, not so much here or here. Just focus your attention back there.
Yeah, the end of the car that actually drives, not so much. The back half looks amazing.
That's the part we worked on.
That's Buddy, official junkyard dog. Freiburger here in freezing cold Albuquerque, New Mexico. Now, you might wonder where Mike Finnegan is. He's like stuck in an airport somewhere with all the cancellations, with all the storms and everything. However, he did leave me this hunk of burnin' love. You think it's a '77 Cadillac Eldorado, but check this out. There it is, yes. This is the caddy ramp. Somebody put a 16-foot bed in the back of this thing, and the thing you gotta know is that the Eldorado is front-wheel drive, and so therefore you can whack it in half right here, install a bed, and still drive the thing. It's so convenient. I think we know Finnegan's affinity for ramp trucks. This is the caddy ramp. What we plan on doing is getting it running, and we're gonna go to one of Finnegan's drag boat races in Parker, Arizona. I think you can see how this is gonna go. All right, let me make this pile run. Oh, it's a 425, not even the 500. And Quadrajet. All right, we can make this run. I think we're gonna have to go battery, fuel, air, spark, and see if it runs. And we can play with the dog. Ready? All right, park. Done. All right, it runs. Lifter clatter, that'll go away with oil pressure. All right. Brakes don't work at all. The pedal sinks to the floor, and so that's at least a good clue. I think I'm gonna rig a fuel system for this thing. I'll get a click-clack pump and put some sort of tank in the back. I'm just gonna ratchet strap this down. We could actually put one on the other side and have dual tanks and just switch back and forth. We're doing hose up and over through the hood and to the carburetor. Finnegan's gonna love this when he gets here. What I'm gonna do is just hot wire that pump back there, see if it runs and see if it'll pull fuel. I've got this pointed down at the ground. All right. We are good. All that's left is hooking this up to the carburetor. Okay, that's plugged. With the fuel pump all hooked up, we're gonna see if it'll run on its own. I'm gonna ether it anyway. Okay, here we go. There we go. Ah, that's a relief. Now, if the brakes would work, no. Brakes go straight to the floor. All right, this thing has Hydro Boost, and apparently it's got Eldorado brakes back in the back and discs in the front. We're gonna have to mess with that a lot. We're making progress on the revival of the caddy ramp. Our '77 Eldorado with the ramp on the back. I got the thing running after like rigging a fuel system on the thing, and fortunately Finnegan just showed up so that he can fix the brakes.
Hi, friend.
It's a thing of beauty.
It's, oh, dude, it's mint.
Did you bring your welding skills? Cause this thing's folding in half.
Really?
Yeah.
It's that bad?
It's pretty bad.
Oh.
So no brakes whatsoever, which might be a blessing, because this thing flexes like one of those articulated buses.
Maybe that's for low approach angle, you know, like ease, unload, unload, load.
Have a look.
Oh.
That whole little frame section flexes. He's coming to the realization of what we've gotten ourselves into here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I thought if we put this on stronger and plate this right here, we can at least triangulate it. All the movement is right here. All the
Anything's gonna help.
yeah. We gotta fix the brakes before anything else. Did you see the exhaust? Bro Speed.
Yeah.
That's the name of the tip is Bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the trailer's actually nice. Like if you separate everything, right? That's a nice trailer. That's a stylish automobile. Separate, these are two valuable items. Together, death. So we just need to marry them in a little bit better fashion so that we're less scared. Okay, I'll bleed the brakes. All right, ready when you are, sir. Open,
Down.
closed,
Up.
open.
Down. Let me check the reservoir.
Okay, still got a little air coming out. Fluid, that's good news. Closed.
Up.
All right, I'm gonna go to the other side.
Great.
We got a lot of air out.
Awesome. That just means there's a leak somewhere.
This is going really well. Open.
Down.
Woo, a lot of air.
Oh, we're getting something.
Oh yeah, I think we're there. I think once it fires up, it'll be good to go.
We might be.
Okay. There we go. That sounds like something that wants to haul something. Right now, Dave is trying to bleed the Hydro Boost.
You hear it try and die when I hit the brakes? Off. On.
You got brakes?
My foot's on the floor of the brakes.
Oh, that's not good.
Right. It has no brakes.
How did you stop it earlier?
It'll stop for a moment, right?
Yeah, it's stopped now.
Is it still stopped?
Not now.
Yeah,
Maybe we need a new Hydro Boost unit.
probably.
Yeah, it stops and then it takes off. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa.
So yeah, the brakes just plain don't work. And now it's a month and a half later for reasons you don't need to know. But we're back with our Caddy Ramp, which is a Cadillac Eldorado with a flatbed on the back. Last time we were here, I made this thing run, and then we made a fuel system, and now somebody stole the gas tank off the back. Our fuel pump is still here. Just the can was missing.
They left the clamp too. That was nice of them.
There's no gas in that can yet. Let me start it on whatever's in the carburetor, and I'll see how the pedal feels. Oh, I forgot, you can't turn the key all the way. Yeah, the key doesn't go.
Say something nice to it.
Right now, the pedal goes clear to the floor, no resistance.
Oh, we're losing the battery. I don't think there's any gas in this carb. Is there starter fluid in there? Right here.
Don't dent the paint.
This can's no good.
Did I just do that?
Yeah. It broke the nipple off in the can.
All right, tell me when. There we go.
Go ahead.
All right, we need gas. We'll strap this down later. This 5-gallon can will get us about a mile at a time.
It might have just picked up.
Nope. Finnegan's gonna hold the choke open so it gets air. Season 12, we don't even flinch.
That was awesome.
What we're gonna try and do is prime the hose because the little electric fuel pump won't lift. Okay, this is now full. Turn it on.
Okay, here we go.
Yep. There we go.
Cool.
It'll totally work this time.
I'm gonna hook up the pump.
Okay. The fuel pump isn't picking up.
Yeah. I think when we left this car, it ran. I do remember hearing an engine make noise. I don't know. We got no fuel system. Are we making any pressure here at all? We got any flow?
Ready?
Ready. Yeah. Nothing. If I take this filter off, then we have no fitting in our pump.
Take off the filter and let's see if we can blow through it.
It's full of varnish, which leads me to believe it wasn't pulling any fuel.
Does it flow?
It flows, and now I can see through it. Let's try again.
Ready? Still no?
I think we're gonna need a fuel pump. Hold on. Oh, wait.
Something happened.
Oh, hold on. Keep going. Ah, I got it!
All right.
I hit it with a screwdriver and it's fixed.
Great.
I'm the smartest man alive.
Hook it back up.
Did you see that?
Now it'll totally run.
Dude, start this car, bro.
Connect the battery.
Oh, it is.
I got nothing.
What'd you do?
Nothing. Can we go home for another 2 months and do this later? Ah. Can this be the first roadkill car that burns to the ground? The key doesn't work anymore. I kill you! I kill you! I hate this car.
There's a reset button, Dave.
A reset button?
On the battery, buddy, there's a reset button.
Now it runs perfectly. The reset button's the key. That was on your end.
To recap, we've shot fire in my face. I've tasted gasoline twice, but it runs now. And that's all that really matters. Never quit your dreams, children. Oh, dude, it locked up that one. And that one. 50% of the brakes over here work.
Was trying to do a front-wheel drive burnout.
That was cool.
Basically, the pedal goes all the way down and then stops. And it stops fairly significantly.
I feel like this is enough to get us somewhere where we can eventually change the Hydro Boost if we feel like we really need it.
How does it feel with like 1,800 pounds of boat on the back of it?
Well, if we get rid of the trailer, it's probably more like 8 or 9.
That boat's only 900 pounds?
Oh, it's missing the interior. It's just fiberglass with a motor. The motor's probably 350, 400 pounds.
So what you're saying is we're good to go?
I said get rid of the trailer. We're fine, dude.
All right. Now that we've got the brakes functional, here's what our plan is. See that boat right there? We're taking it to the river. Our caddy ramp car runs. It sort of stops so we can finally reveal the scheme. See this boat that's been sitting here the whole time? We are gonna load it on the back of the caddy ramp and theoretically drive all the way to Parker, Arizona.
Where there's a bar on water that we can get to in this boat. Do you know why I'm excited about this boat?
No.
This boat, this shape, if you look down the front.
It's a tri-hull.
Right. If you take this and you chop the top off of it, it looks just like a CP Going, an Earl Smith, a Rouse. All the really fast river hot rod jet boats are direct copies of this bottom. We could take that 85 horse, whatever that is, off the back of this someday and put a jet drive and a big block and have grandma's hot rod jet boat. Just throwing it out there for the future.
No.
Yeah, we could.
We could, but instead we have, what is it, an 18-foot bow rider?
If you get rid of the trailer, it's light enough where I don't think it breaks the caddy ramp in half by towing it.
Before we do that, I really feel like we need to take the caddy ramp around the block at least before trying to load this.
I agree.
Fuel pump. Running. Ready?
Yeah, man, let's go.
Stopping.
Yeah, it's got brakes.
Stopping.
Don't use them all up in one place, though. Save those for later when we really got to panic stop. It's so noisy.
Oh,
Hey, it's still back there, dude.
it's like a trailer, but attached.
This is great. There you go, there you go. Yeah, yeah, you got this.
600 miles.
It's gonna be fine.
Here we go.
Imagine valet parking this sweet piece in Vegas. You trying to make the trailer fall off?
Yes. I would love to cut the back half off and just drive front-wheel drive. Uh-oh, bump.
It's totally good, we're fine.
All right, are you ready for full-on brake check?
Sure. Dude, it's money. Money. That's the only tire smoke this thing's gonna make.
Floored. What is that noise?
Hubcap?
Is it?
I mean,
Oh, no
it's
brakes.
broke.
No brakes.
Turn it off. Engine braking. Shut the motor off, leave it in gear.
I am. Ready for park?
That's a red light, dude. Hit it.
All right, I'm scuffing the curb. Are you ready?
Oh, Jesus, dude, what are you doing?
You all right?
Yep. Oh.
Okay. Hey, it found park in the last second.
That's our vehicle.
Oh, that was death. I don't know, dude. This thing is as clapped as it gets. That was about the sketchiest thing that's ever happened to us. Brakes gone. And it wasn't the Hydro Boost, it was something made a big cracking noise back here.
Something mechanically broke. I heard something steel break, and
Right.
I went, huh. And then he's like, no brakes.
None.
And all I could see was red light, an intersection, and traffic, and nice work putting it against the curb. Maybe you took out the brake line, or?
I do not love this thing. It is so bad.
Oh, I know what's wrong.
Huh.
Problem number one is the suspension completely collapsed, which then smashed the brake line and broke it in half.
Okay.
Problem number two is everything I'm seeing under here leads me to believe we're gonna die.
Yes.
Like, even if you fix the brakes.
Uh-huh. Dude, this...
Oh, wait.
What?
I got it. We both agree that everything from here back is bad, right?
Yeah, and nothing from there forward is great either.
Right. But our new boat trailer is actually pretty good. So what if we just cut it off here
Oh, and do the trailer thing?
and then attach our boat trailer to this, which will hold it up, and it's front-wheel drive. We don't even need this. And then this takes the boat somewhere much closer and launches it.
Our Cadillac broke in half, so we did have to flatbed the thing in here. But because we're in Albuquerque, New Mexico, we were able to darken the door of 10 Tenths Motorsports, which is run by Shay Seafeld from the Motor Trend show, Runs Good. Wait till you see this, it's so bad.
I'm looking forward to it.
Look at the overhang on the flatbed.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure I saw the axles were welded together laterally.
We think this axle is the stock one off the Cadillac.
I mean, as bad as this looks, I'm a little jealous that I didn't buy it.
Watch how folded in half this is. The back tire's not even touching the ground. That's gonna hurt if it goes.
Wow, that's bending the frame rails. I believe everything happens for a reason. We were destined to buy this, and it was destined to break, mere blocks away from the junkyard we got it from. And why not break here in Albuquerque, where our new friend Shay's shop is? We're gonna cut this off. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna get another axle because Shay wants this trailer for his own, I don't know, tow business or something. We're gonna put another axle right here. We're gonna make our own frame section with a trailer hitch. Then we're gonna hook our Apollo boat trailer onto the back of this thing, and we are still going to go body of water and pretend like we made it to the Colorado River, because we're not quitting.
Yep, keep it straight. All right, not bad.
That's not so bad, see? Now we just jack it all the way up really high here, and if it doesn't break in half, we just sawzall it.
Yeah, this is gonna be awesome. I can't wait.
Just tell me when to stop, because I'll just...
I'm not gonna tell you to stop.
No.
There we go.
Wow.
Look at it bent.
Guys, it's out of frame of this
there it
GoPro.
went.
I think it slipped on the fender right there.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna break. It's sturdier than we thought.
It's sturdy in the wrong direction.
So now we're gonna try and bend it this way instead of this way, because the this way didn't break enough.
Do your worst.
Take two. And we're off.
Ooh, this looks good.
It's pushing into the cab. This is stronger than I thought it was.
It's gonna be really convenient if it breaks, though. Yeah, it's caving in the back firewall. Oh, now it's picking the whole thing up.
This thing continues to impress me, boys.
I really want to jump on it, but I know that's when it'll break and catapult me through the wall.
Oh, there goes the rear body mounts, I think.
I like it.
The only thing holding on are those screws, those 1-inch bolts or whatever they are.
Dude, it's crinkled the frame rail.
Uh-huh.
There's the rear cab wall.
After inspecting, Shay noted that the frame is completely torn through, but these two bolts, one on each side, were holding it together. So he's gonna buzz those off, see if we can get this thing apart. Now we've removed a couple of the big bolts that were holding it together, plus a bunch of the like cables and lines and stuff. So we're hoping for more destruction.
Oh, wow. What made you stop?
I'm terrified. I'm genuinely terrified.
Push through it. Fortune and glory. Think about it.
Oh, I think that side's separated.
That side did.
Yeah, look at that.
Okay, this side, it's pretty well ripped apart.
Ooh, are we to the point now where we need to lift the back?
Yeah, I think we just continue doing this action and it's just gonna fall right off.
We've been battling this thing for like 3 hours at this point, and we're way too lazy to do it the right way. And so we've sliced through the frame rails in the top, and we're still working on getting it to break apart. It looks so promising, but nothing's happening. It's bouncing off the ground. Oh, Mike. Oh, this shows promise this time.
I hear stuff.
I hear creaking.
There we go.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. Yes, it is
Yep.
collapsing the frame. If you're at home and you feel a strange and sudden urge to do something similar to what you're witnessing here, don't. Just watch this and go, okay, I've seen that. I don't need to do that, because this is not safe.
Oh, that's a noise.
Oh, it is tearing the frame in half right here.
Oh, I think it's gonna fall off.
Wow!
Wow!
Oh my God.
That was radically unsafe and yet entertaining. Even after it fell off the lift, it's still hanging by a thread back here. So now we've got the front wheels chocked like mad, and we got Finnegan in the tow truck. I'm driving the Eldorado, and I'm trying not to ramrod the lift or the door or the wall.
All right, party people, this is not a drill. I will be inching my way forward. Is everybody ready?
I guess so. There.
There you go.
I think I got it right.
Yep, wheel the other way, other way.
Other way?
Yep.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I see.
Hard that way, and you're
Yep.
clear.
Great.
Yeah.
All right.
Perfect.
Now,
Keep going. Yay!
boom! Did it! Oh, that was great.
Nailed it!
Good thing that's another Motor Trend's car.
That was doing the wrong thing the right way.
Good job, everybody.
Yeah! That was awesome. Oh, dude!
Ah, we got feet. We got feet to spare.
The trailer almost smashed that Mustang. That's only a runs good car. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, no problem.
You realize we're going to be back tomorrow, right?
I'm looking forward to it.
He's looking forward to it. Can you believe this guy is the best actor we've got on Motor Trend? Yesterday, we made our Cadillac fall into 2 pieces. It was expert. And now we're going to build a new back half.
Shop's this way. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
There you go. Keep it coming.
All right, hold it right there.
Yeah, it's probably perfect.
So I think
Okay.
you're good at driving this, Freiburger.
It's a real drag.
Don't judge me, but this is a crude rendering of what we're going to do here today. This is a cross member, which we're going to attach to the back of our Cadillac. This is a rear frame section that's going to step up over an axle that we got off Facebook Marketplace. There's a leaf spring that we got from a local trailer store. This is a 5-gallon bucket that may or may not be used later to mix margaritas as we drive. Who knows? But essentially, we're rebuilding the back half of our Cadillac because somebody professionally removed it yesterday.
In order to attach that whole contraption that Mike described, we need to make some frame rails in the car. And we're gonna put them fairly far forward so that it's stiff, so that we don't have that big bending moment like we did with the flatbed. And what we're gonna do is add some 2x4 tubing. We're gonna lay it flat, and we're gonna go pretty long. And then when we go to a vertical piece on the end like this, we're gonna be able to triangulate it and gusset it up in there. It's gonna be strong enough. My job right now is to go in there and make it all nice and flat so that we can attach it really well. And I'm also gonna have to clean up the ends of these frame rails that we absolutely mangled yesterday. We're gonna install our new 2x4 frame rails. I'm gonna hold it up, Mike's gonna tack it, Shay's gonna tell me if it's level.
Yeah, it looks good.
There we go.
We got everything placed in here. We've got a good like 1.5 feet of attachment to the frame, so that's gonna be good. Mike is zapping it in right now. We've got our cross member cut, but we're gonna get all this braced in there before we install the cross member. So how much do we trust these lengths of frame rail?
Well, having seen what I've seen already that was on the car and clearly perfectly fine, this
can't be worse. It isn't carrying anything except for the weight of the vehicle, right?
Right.
And the tire is going to be like here, so there isn't a big leverage on it.
Right.
And there's no torque from
no
power
torque.
because there's no drive shaft going to the rear axle or anything.
Imagine it as a wheelbarrow. You're just doing a wheelbarrow back
That's
end.
it. That's a good way.
Right.
That's why we came to the right place. And wait till you see our plan, because this is going to look amazing. All right, guys, I have the plan. We went to the four-wheel drive shop down the street, and they sold us two 40 by 13 5017s for 50 bucks. Here's what we're doing. We got this axle, which is a GM 10-bolt. It's out of a 64 Impala, but somebody torched the upper ears off the case, which is wild. So that was 150 bucks. Micah's got it all measured out here, so we should be able to set the axle on these jack stands and be pretty close to eyeball on the center line of where the tires need to go. Here's what we're doing for suspension. I just ran down to the local trailer supply place and I got a trailer leaf spring, one for each side. I know it looks really lightweight, but remember, this thing's hardly carrying any weight in the back at all. Most of the suspension is gonna be the side wall of that tire. This will give us a little bit of compliance, a little bit of something. And here comes the suspension, which I pre-assembled on the bench. There we go. Now what's gonna happen is we have to figure out how to Z the frame up here, and then we will weld to here and to there. This is gonna, I think, need a little extra height. We'll give a little angle in that one, so it'll probably be like that, I would guess.
Things are humming right along. Shay and I just cut 3 different pieces of box tubing. The first 2 pieces are our main rails that are gonna go above the rear end. This piece, however, is gonna be our rear cross member. It's gonna connect those 2 rails together, and it's gonna include our trailer hitch. I'm gonna take this generic tubing that looks a lot like a trailer hitch, and I'm gonna sink it into this rear cross member, weld it, then weld this to our 2 main rails, take the whole thing over there, and figure out a way to connect it down to the cross member that we put under the back of the Caddy. I have a plan.
Okay.
Cut up the wall here, just get it out of the way, throw the seats out. We run a bar from here into the interior, behind the front seat, right to the frame rail that's there, and then, just because, a little bar right here, just a little touch up. And then we plate the bottom of the frame rail. I think if we do something here, we can
Get down.
Yeah.
Get down on it.
I'll keep making gussets.
Do you want me to make that gusset?
Oh, yeah, can I weld this one while you cut that one?
Yep. I'm gonna cut a hole in the firewall here so we can get in there to create a little triangular brace.
Oh, we are getting close. That's gonna be the key to this whole deal right now. And then after that, it's just a little bit of welding and plating under the car, bolt the wheels on, set it on the ground, step back, pat each other on the backs because we're just badasses.
We're moving on to mechanical stuff that isn't brakes, because basically I'm standing around hoping that Shay will do that, to be honest. We got a gas tank here, which is pretty crazy. A viewer named Nick came up with this for us and delivered it over to our hotel. And look at this. It has a level gauge built into the cap. That's absolutely next level for us. What isn't next level, what's normal level, is that we're just gonna ratchet strap it in. Actually, Mike put some plates on there to make it more good, but
The ratchet strap is quick release, just in case we need it for the boat.
Or in case it catches on fire, you can undo it and throw it. Oh, you're right, we use it for the boat.
Yeah. We don't know that it has a gas tank or that it runs. We just have a boat.
Yeah.
So we're almost done with our rear brakes. The only thing left to do is for me to repair the existing brake line with a new flare and then make a small hard line that will go to our flex line to our rear axle.
I can't imagine why we would need an emergency brake. Bye-bye. I thought we'd never be to this point, but 2 days. Finnegan, amazing job on the pre-runner.
You too, man.
It's really nice.
This is
I like it.
the trio here. We get stuff done.
Shay, thanks for doing the brakes and everything.
No, I'm pretty proud of this.
You know what this means, right? We can install the tires if it doesn't knock me over.
My God. Oh, they're pre-rusted. Nice.
Yep. Ready?
Yep.
And
Oh, dude, it clears. I like them.
wow.
We need the other one, bro. And we need to put it all the way down. And we need to roll it out of the lift and stare at it. Oh, everyone's gonna want one of these.
Now we can have the right look.
Oh, dude, we nailed the stance.
Nailed it.
You have the trailer on, it's gonna sit perfect.
This wants to go off-roading.
I hated this thing so much 3 days ago. And now it's the greatest car we've ever assembled. And now the job we've known that we had to do since the first time we stepped on the brake pedal, which is changing the Hydro Boost unit on this thing. None of us have a lot of experience with them. We've tinkered with them. I've never changed one. And so you at home who know what you're doing will be able to ridicule us here shortly. We got Shay already taking the push rod off the pedal. We got the master cylinder loose here, and once that's off, we're gonna have a look at that Hydro Boost unit. We're inspecting these to see if they're actually the same, and all the ports seem to be, but the plate that mounts it is different. Shay and I talked about taking this half of this booster apart just so that we can see what it's doing in there, so we can decide if maybe we should move this to here. Probably not, but we're gonna try it. Here it comes.
Some shafts and a fork.
It's got a rocker arm in there.
Yeah, it's pushing here, which is then rocker arming and pushing here. We have no idea what we're doing right now.
Is that as far as it comes apart?
I think that's still connected, right?
Oh, there. Who knows what this is that just fell out? Yeah, we're not changing this. I think we just realized or actually confirmed beyond a shadow of a doubt that we have no idea what we're doing. We're gonna end up just putting the old one back in because we're clueless and can't find the right part at the local store. All right, let's reassemble and see if we can find that new master cylinder. On. Ta-da, like magic, we actually got the right Hydro Boost. Our guy Mason went out and found that thing, which is like his main usefulness, that and giving us lip. I have to remove the stock spring and push rod off our old one and that little washer and reinstall it in the new one. And then I think we're gonna be good to go. All right, Shay, we're gonna go for it.
Sounds good.
I am going to feed the new one through.
Perfect.
All right, ready for smacking, Shay?
Yep, go for it. All right.
I am going to install a new master cylinder to go with our new booster, and I even went the extra mile and bench bled the thing, so all the bubbles should be out of it. Wow, it's been a long day, but I think we got it all done except for pouring gas in, firing it up, bleeding the power steering, and then I think we're ready to go test drive.
It's not skipping. Seems cappy.
Oh, we got brakes, baby. Yeah!
Nice. I've never been more excited to be 3 deep, boys.
All right, guys. Martini in the front, Coors Light in the back. Here we go.
Love it.
It's rolling.
Oh, we're driving it with the big tires on the back.
Yes, we are.
Oh, it drives a little weird.
I can see our tires.
Here we go.
There you go.
Oh, it's working.
So,
It's working.
the real test will be, boys, that's a railroad track up there.
Nice.
All right, boys.
Here comes
This is it
railroad
right here.
tracks. Oh, rides like a Cadillac.
no problem. She's actually got some power.
Really, your standards are pretty
Oh
low.
my God.
Shay, you killed it. Thank you very much.
No, I'm happy to be on. Thank you guys for even calling me.
Man, this thing makes me feel like I need a cigarette. We do need to work out the exhaust problem in the morning because it's already
Yeah,
pretty fumy
you
in
can
here.
smell it pretty bad.
I don't need a cigarette anymore.
These are,
Oh, here comes railroad tracks.
yeah, this is a pretty good side if it breaks up.
The key. Oh, this is a good one.
Oh my gosh. Okay. It's still connected.
Puddles, hit them. Puddles, ready?
It's actually throwing water in through the back window. Oh, nice mist.
Rooster tail?
Yeah.
Here comes brake check.
Oh!
Perfect, dude. You're dialed. Ah, big smoke screen. Tomorrow we need to do exhaust system. We need to make the driver door close. And then we have to hook up a boat, put a hitch on it, and get out of here, right? Right.
I can't wait.
Today's the day we are gonna road trip this doo-doo. But first, we've got some work to do. Exhaust system, make the door shut, make the radiator be sealed, and tire pressure, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna do the exhaust first?
It's practically done, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
It does look good.
it's a couple of tech screws, a hose clamp, and the bro speed pipe. All right?
That's pretty good.
It's Stinger style.
Are we getting predictable?
Nobody saw this coming. This was a ramp truck 2 days ago.
That's true.
I mean,
Yesterday, the ride quality was a little lacking for a Cadillac, so I'm gonna take some air pressure out of the tires. I would go down to like 15, except for this. There's a tire plug in the sidewall, which often happens four-wheeling, and I'm worried that it'll flex too much and pop that out, so we're gonna go 25. There we go.
All right.
All right.
Sweet. These guys are dressed nice and clean for the road trip. I'll do the honors and I'll get the tailpipe hooked up. I expected to get dirty again today, so. Exhaust is done.
Last night's test drive showed that we have a pinhole leak, so we're going to the magic elixir for radiators. Man, this stuff's good. Done. Here's something I'd never seen. The door doesn't close. I've seen that a lot. What I've never seen before is that the door is completely overlapping the quarter panel by like a quarter inch. Can't imagine the Cadillac didn't plan ahead for this thing being dropped off a lift or the frame bending in half. Now, I was gonna just cut this lip off, but Finnegan used his actual brain. It's like, why don't you adjust the striker so that it closes in this position? So that's what I'm gonna do. Got it.
excellent.
We started this episode with a plan to put a boat on that flatbed thing and get to Parker, Arizona. We're not gonna get to Parker, but we are gonna get to the boat.
Yes.
You ready for that?
I am.
Here it comes. Shay, you think you've seen bad? Bad is coming.
I don't know if it can get much worse. Oh, dear God.
Oh, he's coming in
okay,
hot.
brakes are working.
He's coming in hot.
Want to try to drag it too?
Can you pull it?
Oh, we're gonna do it.
That was good. That was a bam.
I think we're good, dude.
A genuine pleasure, man.
No,
Thank you so
absolutely. All
much.
mine.
We're out of your hair.
Oh, man.
Man, I'm just driving the boat with confidence. You don't.
It was up, yeah.
Hubcap's gone. Oh well, I tried.
Let's go boating.
We're gonna hit the highway. We've got a half-mile road test.
We've already made it further than we made it before when this had a ramp bed on it.
Yep.
If it was gonna break, bro, it would have already happened. We've already run over railroad tracks.
Ah, this is so much better than 3 days ago when I hated this.
It's pretty smooth, too.
Yep.
Trailer feels like it's wagging a little bit.
Yeah, it is.
I believe the engine's fixed itself.
K-Seal.
Yep. 27 miles.
We can do it!
We're gonna make it.
Now I smell more coolant than exhaust, so that's good.
If this body of water we're going to now doesn't have a bar,
Yeah.
in my mind, eventually we need to go to the other bar we were trying to go to.
Okay, what does that mean? Does that say overheating? We got a buzzer going on that says engine high temperature.
How does it know how hot it is if there's no water in the engine anymore?
There must be. Think there's gonna be an exit?
Yeah, in Vegas, 102 miles from now.
I'm counting on Cadillac quality for this thing to not blow up.
It's all going to hell.
Uh-oh, it's slowing down. Uh-oh, it's floored.
It's floored?
Uh-huh.
Oh God, we're about to melt this motor down.
Yep. Ah, I hate that.
Come on, car. I think there's an exit up there. Perfect. Right by the no parking sign.
Yeah. We're not parking, we're exploding.
That's right, there's a difference.
There we go.
We live.
Should I see if it'll crank?
Sure.
Ooh.
Oh.
That is not good.
We done seized her up, bro.
We were cruising on the highway and it started to steam, but I was counting on the KCL to fix it, and then it didn't. We cruised 25 miles or so, and there was no exit on the highway, so we had to keep going, and we fragged this thing. All right, let's see what we got. Oh, the KCL worked. This leak is bone dry. Wow. Most of the steam and smoke that you see is actually pouring out of the intake manifold. It's like it's burning all of the oil and stuff
Dude,
off.
that's the blow-by coming out of here.
Oh, is it?
Look at that. I never liked the motor. It wasn't fast. I loved the car.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh, it's knocking, dude. It's knocking bad. Oh, and you got blue death smoke coming out of the exhaust. Oh, dude, it's knocking bad.
It's wide open, too.
That's wide open?
Yeah.
Oh my God. All right. Well, that was fun.
I know you may not believe this, but I absolutely hate blowing up engines for no reason. I guess it's the risk you take by doing socially unacceptable things with clapped out garbage that you bought sight unseen. But here's my spin. If your project is not garbage, you'll be unwilling to take big risks like adding 40s to the back of your Eldorado ramp truck and turning it into an instant legend. Now that this thing is roadkill ridiculous, it motivates us to maybe install a blown big block and convert it to rear-wheel drive. It's an operating plan anyway. Meanwhile, Shay, enjoy your new yard art. Everyone else, we'll see you next time for more automotive chaos on Roadkill.
This time on Roadkill, dirt cheap fun that you can do at home.
We are building our own dirt track and running circle track cars on it. Boom!
There's a cannon.
Oh!
Wow! Dude, season 12, the special effects are getting
not
real.
Fooling. That was some concussion. We are in Mooresville, North Carolina, Race City, USA, and that's exactly what we're gonna do is race. I bought 2 cars. Finnegan has no idea what they are. The thing is, we don't have a racetrack.
I know, but we have equipment. We have machines we've never driven before. I'm so excited. We're in the parking lot of Customs by Biggin. Proprietor Eric Yost not only runs the shop, but 2 blocks away is Mooresville Dragway. Eric also runs that place, and he said, I don't care what you do. We have an asphalt 8th mile.
I don't care what you do.
We have a 300-foot dirt. They're next to each other, but more importantly, there's acres and acres of forest and land with elevation changes, and we can connect all of it because Eric is crazy.
We're gonna bulldoze, and I've never driven heavy equipment ever, so this is gonna be funny.
I'm so excited.
I can't wait to see the cars. Ready?
Me too. I love this part. Where are they? Let's
Over
go.
here.
Okay.
Remember, I haven't seen these either.
You haven't? Oh, dude. Hey, there's no motor in that one. Oh, look at the other one, too. They match.
Yep.
What do you call these?
I don't know. It's a local circle track class. They're 33 or 34 Ford fake bodies, and the chassis on them is like a G-body, like an 84 Monte Carlo or something like that.
This is wider, though, than like a real one, right?
Well, they're wider than a 33 Ford by a lot.
Right.
But that's because they're a stock G-body chassis.
Dude.
Yep, and that one has an engine in it. This one does not, but we bought a 350 to put in it.
Dude, it has Nerf bars.
Uh-huh.
Like I can run into you, and you'll probably be okay.
I wouldn't go that far. Isn't it cool?
This is amazing. We're gonna have so much fun with this.
Ooh, that one's tight. Do you even fit in it? You gonna hop in?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, is this one mine?
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, I just failed. I gave him the white car. We bought a 350 for this. That one's got a 305 in it. So you just like fell upwards.
It never matters. You always find a way to win.
How's it fit?
Oh, dude. No, this is good, dude. I fit.
Yeah?
I think the seat needs a little tweaking so that I can actually steer. But other than that, I feel relatively safe in this.
This one's a 32 Ford. This is like a 33 or 4.
So I have the aerodynamic advantage.
Yeah, theoretically. This is gonna be fun, but we do have to put an engine in this before we can have fun.
Yeah, can we work on it?
Oh, we can fire this one up though. There's no seat in this one.
Okay.
They definitely have the left-hand turn alignment going on.
You have a hinged access panel to get in and out.
Huh. Plan. Like you want to pull yours in, investigate it, put the engine in?
Kind of want to watch yours go, I gotta be honest.
I'll drive it if we can find a seat. And there's a little track over there.
Ooh,
We
test
can blast it around, yeah.
I love this plan.
Yeah, I don't know if it even runs. I basically know nothing.
Okay.
Install seat, make sure that it runs, drive around and find out what's wrong with it.
Solid.
Yeah.
I love this plan. Okay, let's go get a seat.
Yep.
I'm a good friend. And I'm such a good friend that I found him a used Kirky aluminum seat. This is the kind of thing you use when drag racing. So note the lack of head containment or any sort of padding here that would help him in the event of an accident. Ah, just fell right into place. Oh, even the belts line up. It's perfect. Drill some holes, install some bolts. She's ready to go. Be racing here in no time. I believe she is race ready. Ah, season 12, Dave joins the NBA Summer League.
I didn't have shoes. I had to go to the Cheapy Mart.
Those are great, dude.
Seat fits?
Whether you're gonna box somebody out or go around in circles on a dirt track, you're ready.
Did you actually bolt this in or is it zip tied?
No, yeah, it's got bolts.
Did you see the super extendo for the fuel fill? So what this thing is an extension to get fuel inside the cell, which is like halfway in the car. So that's pretty cool.
See, look at that. I hope it's going in the cell.
5 gallons, that's enough. What we're gonna do is watch me hop in this thing for the very first time. It's a race car, you know, I don't need to nut and bolt check it or anything. Just go drive it. There's an oval track here down the street.
And by oval track, he means a dirt circle, and by down the street, he means right here in Eric's backyard.
Really? I
Yeah,
haven't been over there yet.
We're not going far at all.
Okay, all right, new kicks.
This is a big moment, everybody.
Yes,
This is a huge moment. Well, first you put on socks.
I don't have any socks. I bought the socks at the GP Mart and then left them on the counter.
Later on, 3-on-3, back at the hotel. They got a court.
Look, I know how to tie shoes. 1 leg in. 2 leg in. I'm not really a dirt track guy.
None of us are.
I know.
I know your history, and mine. Should we recap? Should we go to the clips of what happens when he and I drive in circles on dirt?
We should.
We should.
Finnegan and I have both crashed the NASCAR low on different tracks and in different ways. After a ball joint broke, I backed it into the wall at Paris.
Oh, no.
And I went head on into a rogue tire that just appeared from nowhere in the middle of the infield of a dirt oval.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, and remember when we had the airport limo and we went to that dirt track in the middle of nowhere and a tire blew? Okay.
You look safe.
The shifter in this thing is junk.
Okay, all right.
No spark or no fuel.
Yay! All right, all right. I hope he's excited, because I am. Oh, go, that's the building. Go that way.
All right, we're headed to the oval track.
Yeah, that looks so cool. Sketch factor is high. I love it. Let's go.
This is going to be my very first experience with an actual dirt track car. I'm ashamed to say I've never done this. I did go to sprint car school one time, like 25 years ago-ish. All right, where's Finnegan?
Yes.
Yeehaw!
This is a kid's go-kart track.
It's banked a little.
It's got a little bit of banking, a little elevation change, and if you're feeling froggy, there is a jump in the middle.
You realize I've never driven a real dirt track car. This could be embarrassing.
Not for me.
Yeah,
You're gonna be
will
fine.
be later.
You're gonna be fine.
Let me first just sort of feel it out. Feel out the brakes and stuff. Let's see. Strap in a little tighter. Oh, wow, that's chunky right here.
Oh, dude, this thing's going. Oh, Freiburger sloops it out. Oh my God, I thought he was going off. There was a cloud of dust, and it looked like he entered that corner backwards. Look at him drift that corner like a boss.
I hit the berm.
Yeah. Oh. Wow. He went off the side. Oh, geez.
Microphone fell under my foot.
Oh my
They're gonna have to pull me out of this.
Wow. If you had gone off over there, that'd have been really bad. This is not as bad.
This went under my foot.
Well, why'd you do that? I feel like we just drag you out and you can go have more fun.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'm going again. They're gonna just pull me backwards, and I'm ready to go.
A little more. We're good.
Shifter is really terrible. Cannot tell what gear I'm in.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, look at him drift. Yeah, Freiburger. I won't say this to his face, but the dude can drive.
Now that I've got some practice on the circle track, we decided this is really cool, and we need to put an engine in his car, but it's going to rain tomorrow, and we'd rather swap an engine in the rain than build a track in the rain. It's a big open field of just grass and weeds, and we're going to build a 2-wide track because we hope to race wheel to wheel in these cars.
I feel like we need a circle here. Yeah, that's the drift area.
Okay.
Right? We'll start here on the outside of the circle. We'll come over this way, swing back this way. We'll come out here, and here's your jump.
Which is actually the berm that's already over there.
Right. And then it'll kind of go like that. You get a drift out of that, and then you're going to come here, and this is the start-finish. You have to drift this before you can continue on our kidney bean.
I'm good with it.
Yeah.
Now we just have to plow it, and we've never run equipment like this before, ever. Are you certified on that thing?
I am so not certified, but I'm so very happy to do this. Look, I'm a farmer.
You're gonna be the one setting the exact track.
Yeah.
Yeah, because tomorrow we're gonna come back and like bulldoze and make it too wide and dirt.
Oh, wait, is that it? Oh, there we go, I got it. All right. Oh, this is so cool. All right, so I'm gonna drive to what I think the starting line should be, and then I'll engage the PTO and I'll start cutting grass. I am fully mowing the lawn right now. This is awesome! If I had one of these at home, I'd probably be more inclined to want to mow my own yard. I've got our drift circle. Now I'm going towards the rest of the track. I think this is what I was meant to do my whole life. Design and build racetracks. There we go, over the jump.
We got the track sketched out, but we don't have a bulldozer right now, so we'll do that in the morning. So we're gonna see exactly what disaster is gonna befall us on putting an engine in this thing. All right, turbo 350. And we have to bolt a small block Chevy to it. We got a 350 to put in it, but it's a one-piece rear main seal, and we don't have a flex plate for that, and I didn't know the pattern on this torque converter. We've got a stack of headers over there to throw in it, so we'll decide what to do in the morning.
All right.
I can't wait.
Dude.
It's gonna be really good.
It's gonna be, like the track, I mean, granted, I was going half a mile an hour around it. It's It's gonna be so much fun.
Yeah, I looked at the drone shot of what you were doing. You were actually nailing it.
It's wide enough where we could both go off the jump together.
Yeah.
We could high five.
And now, the real reason for the episode. We are dozing.
And our instructor is our friend, Eric Yost, owner of Customs by Biggin, which is right there, manager of the drag strip. And we've never driven one of these. Like, I've never even climbed into one, and I'm gonna guess it's wildly different than the lawnmower.
It is,
Yeah.
but you'll fall in love with it. It's way cooler than a lot more.
I've never driven anything like this either, so you're gonna school us?
Yeah, it's easy peasy, no problem.
This is a Cat D6.
Brake pedal, D-cell pedal, gear shifter, and blade. You're good to go.
Okay, all right.
So blade, up, twist, and if you wanted to pull the trigger,
Yeah.
it does the tilt.
Okay. This is gonna be a mess, you know that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Good luck. Have fun.
All right. This is gonna be a disaster.
Here we go, we're off. Freiburger's about to start digging our racetrack. It's official now. We're transitioning from farmers to excavators.
I think I'm getting it now. Not digging on the right. Takes some practice to figure out how to dig the right amount.
What's his score? What's his grade?
Not bad. I've seen worse.
I see a lot of divots.
Yes.
I'm not seeing a smooth cut.
No.
I'm digging so bad. I'm hardly digging at all is the problem. I am doing terrible. I can't figure out how to get the blade in just the right place. I'm getting in a rut where I dig too deep, and then I lift the shovel back up, and then I dig too shallow, so I'm making whoop-de-doos. It's kind of hard. Yeah, like that was a deep dig right there.
He's doing great. No, he's not.
It's fun, but I'm terrible.
Yeah. I'll tell you what,
I'm terrible.
those last 7 feet, mwah, perfect.
It's so
The
hard.
first 400 feet, though, a little bumpy.
Like Eric was telling me, you start to dig, and then you back out of it, and you start making whoop-de-doos.
Do you have fun?
Yes, it's pretty great. I do not feel competent, but it is cool.
What part of the track did you figure out how to do it correctly on? Because I'm just not seeing it, dude.
All right, Mr. Big Talk, hop in.
I'm not saying I'm gonna do any better, but a couple hours ago, we had a racetrack. Now we have a supercross track. Look at the whoop-de-doos.
Oh, yeah?
You have any tips for how not to do that?
Don't do it.
Okay.
It takes a lot of blade control.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it's tough. Okay, refresh your course.
Yeah.
This is your throttle. Right now, the fuel pump is off. You have to start it right about there.
Okay.
The parking brake has to be off. You turn the key to fire the thing up.
It looks fairly level. I have no idea what I'm doing. Oh, I see what he's talking about. Oh my God, this is so hard.
There he goes. Now it's gonna start to dig deep. There it went. See that? See how the blade dug down? And there's Finnegan's first whoop-de-doo.
Yep, I just made a whoop-de-doo. So pretty much you're constantly raising and lowering the thing. Oh boy, I just dug a giant pit all the way down to China just now.
Well, I succeeded in banking the turn right here by tilting the blade.
Oh, why is he walking in front of me? That's not safe.
Yep, making whoop-de-doos. It's hard, man. Right now, Eric's telling him that he needs more angle in the blade this way because even though he's doing a good job leveling out some of the whoop-de-doos, he's leaving piles of dirt like this in the middle of the track. If you got more angle on the blade, then it'll shove the dirt off to the side. I can feel the earth shake. Thunderstorm is coming in. Finnegan and I have both made like 100 laps doing the best we can. How good is the best we can?
Better than it was before.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it better than you expected from us?
It's not bad. I mean, to be a first-time dozer operator, that's
not shabby.
All right. That's all we can ask for.
I'll take that, all right.
How are we going to fix it, though? Because I'm not driving those cars on this.
Probably a little bit of smoothing with this and then the grader.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. We'll see you tomorrow as we fix the track. And remember, we still have to put an engine in his car. And the engine that we got, by the way, needs a whole bunch of stuff.
Okay, straight. To the right. Building a race car today.
We are, and we built a race track yesterday, and we left a lot of whoop-de-doos in it, and so we got a guy out there with a grader now smoothing it out for us. So that's going on here around the block, and it's time to put a 350 Chevy into Mike's car. A little different than what they would run in circle track engines. It's got a serpentine belt drive. This one obviously did not. The motor mounts in the car are weird custom fabricated things, and we only have half of them, so we're gonna have to make those mounts. So we'll learn as we go. It'll be easy just to plop it right in. Tech tip, the small block Chevy used two different types of rear main seals. The early ones are a two-piece seal, the ones that always leak. The later ones are a one-piece seal. You can actually look carefully and see the neoprene or rubber or whatever it's made out of all the way around here. When they changed from the two-piece to the one-piece, the back of the crankshaft flange became smaller to accommodate the seal, and so the bolt pattern is also smaller. So you need a flex plate that matches with the bolt pattern. The other thing is, when they made the back of that crank smaller and there's no counterweight on it, they needed to add a counterweight to the flex plate like this. All 350 small block Chevys came from the factory internally balanced, and this is confusing because it uses a neutral balance damper on the front, but it does require that weight on the flex plate. So now you know.
This was in a car with a stick.
What Mike just noticed is that this engine has a pilot bushing in it, meaning it was for a manual transmission. And I'm looking at that bushing and wondering if it's gonna hit the snout of the torque converter that centers in this ring.
Okay, so whatever that is.
680.
After some careful measuring and a lot of common sense, we realized that the snout of our torque converter is gonna hit the pilot bushing in the back of the crankshaft. Clearance is a problem. We need to get the pilot bushing out. So yeah, right now, these glazed donuts are about to go where no donut's gone before. So the key here is you want to use glaze, okay? Because there's gonna be some friction. We're almost there. Boom. Another successful food-related removal of a pilot bearing.
Perfect. We're moving on. For some reason, the frame mount was loose, and so we have to install that right here. So we're gonna have to fabricate the mounts on the other side of the engine. So once we get this installed, we'll lower the engine into it and figure out what we need to do. We've got it bolted together, and I can reach under here and spin the torque converter freely, which is what you want. When you put an automatic transmission and engine together, you want that torque converter to turn, and when you bolt it onto the flex plate, you want it to just pull forward about a 1/16 of an inch, maybe an 1/8 of an inch forward to the plate.
And these bolts are the perfect length now.
We totally roadkilled the hardware on here. We didn't have the right bolts, so we stacked nuts to make ones that would work. The freedom of working on a circle track car. There's no firewall to get in our way. We're moving really slowly here, so I thought I would make the list. Number one, we need to make motor mounts happen one way or another. Eric's out trying to solve that problem for us. Fuel pump and system. This thing needs a battery. We need a radiator. The radiator's gonna need hoses. All right, I hope Eric has motor mounts because I really don't want to fabricate that.
We have a part we can use as a template for the block side.
Yeah.
And bolt right there. I'm gonna craft a beautiful set of motor mounts using drill bits that do not want to drill.
There's a store 25 minutes away that already has it in stock. Would that be faster than what you're doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Might even work, too. This Freiburger just showed me something that already exists right here in Racetown, USA, rendering me virtually useless. I don't even need to be here. So our car came with frame side mounts, but no motor mounts. And we thought at first this was some homemade job that was done really well, and as it turns out, no. All-Star Performance actually sells this exact mount for our chassis. We're good to go. We can keep trucking with all the other things that this car needs. It'll be running before you know it. All right, that one's on.
I'm going to push it this way.
Okay, go ahead. There we go.
Leverage is your friend.
Motor's mounted, dude.
Yep.
Nice.
The only thing I can think of that might make us remove it again is the headers, so I think we should do that next.
I also think you should cross that off right
I think you're right. You know what? I'm gonna cross it off in red, just because it's that sporty. Ready? Motor mounts. That's a happy moment. Now everything else can fall into place. Ooh. Those headers are gonna be very different than what Finnegan ends up with. The headers are different than what's on my car. We either have chassis headers, which means the engine has to come back up, or these.
You said there's another pair?
There is, but they're just regular chassis headers. Yeah, these aren't happening.
I don't know. I think they might. Ed, I got mine in.
Really?
Yep. It's in, it's not on.
Yeah.
I don't think these are for this car.
No.
What about if yours goes on my side? I mean, except for the fact that we have tires, this would work. Where's the other ones?
Outside.
Ooh.
It won't go high enough?
It's got to come up like half the bolt hole, but that is hitting this cross member.
Oh, you can cut it off.
So the passenger side header wants to go on, but the chassis doesn't want it to let it to be there. So we're going to have to cut that resonator / muffler off of it so it'll stop hitting the chassis so that I can bolt this to the cylinder head. Man. There we go.
Carburetor going on. This appears to be an Edelbrock, probably 600. We don't know a lot about this engine. I do know that it's a 350 small block. It has the HEI distributor, which was super handy, doesn't require a coil. The intake manifold is one of those Performer EPS units, a dual plane that's supposed to work good with their carburetor. I know that Finnegan now has more cubes than me. Did you know my car's a 305?
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Headers, carb.
Spark plugs are in.
Woohoo! Things are finally moving. We do have the 350 bolted in place. Headers, I'm working on fuel system and stuff, but I think we're gonna call it for the day. And when you come back, we're gonna make this run.
Then we're gonna drive it.
Yeah, then we're gonna race.
Wait till you see this track.
Yeah?
It's incredible. We're getting very close to firing the engine. This is a starter that you can clock multiple positions. I believe it's made by MSD. It's called the Dynaforce. And this might actually fit with our headers.
And radiator. We're gonna throw the radiator in, hook it up, and then put the car up in the air on the lift, because there's a bunch more that needs to happen under there, like figuring out what the battery situation is.
All right, so what I'm thinking is if I hold this way and then you bendy it that way, then all we gotta do is bend the very end the opposite direction. Yeah, right there.
That is some dirt track engineering right there. And it's adjustable. You wanna lean that thing forward a little bit?
No, remember we gotta get the fan in there?
Yeah.
So I was trying to get her away as far as we could.
Here's where we are. Motor mount's done, fuel pump done, power steering pump, throttle linkage plug wires, thermostat housing, headers, radiator, and hoses. Nothing else that we can do up here at this moment, so we're gonna put it up in the air and look at the disaster that we have going on with the rear-mounted battery. There is no battery in it right now, but the tray is right here in the least convenient location. Better I'll have to come up this way and in. Okay.
Woo, that's my finger. Oh, there we go. Cool. Bingo. Black gold.
Yeah, we didn't change the oil. We just changed the filter because it was mashed. This one, like, touches the header a little bit, but it'll be okay.
Right now, one of the last pieces of the puzzle is the wiring of the car, and I'm installing a battery disconnect switch. It's gonna give us a point at which we can distribute power from the battery to the various things in the car, other circuits like the starter button, headlights, taillights, rocket launchers, anything we wanted to power.
I am going to cross off fluid check.
And this can go back up in the air to do converter bolts. There's probably a 3/8 gap between the flex plate and the converter.
Can you please watch the starter and see if the noise I'm hearing is the gear being hung up on the flywheel?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, so the starter's in permanent engagement with the flywheel.
It's butted up against it. It's rolling it by touching the end of the gear.
Okay. I'm taking this starter back out. We are gonna order another one from the parts store and see if that one works. See what we did wrong. Our next attempt is gonna be with a starter that we ordered for an application of a 97 Camaro. Okay, installed. I think we're gonna try and start this turd. Ready to turn it on?
Yes.
Fan works.
All right, we got
Means the battery's doing something.
We got electricity. I don't see any smoke yet.
Nope. Nice, the starter works. Any gas yet? Do we know that there's any gas in the car?
Oh, yeah, there might not be any gas in this.
Probably no. It does not seem to me to have spark, so we are gonna check for power to the HEI. There you go. We have power to the HEI. It should have spark.
Maybe it was just cold.
Oh, it's not squirting. This is convenient.
Yeah. That's my fault.
All right, we'll just prime that baby. Runs pretty smooth.
It sounds good.
Still not picking up gasoline.
What little bit it's running, it sounds great.
Yeah, it really does.
Tease.
I don't get it.
We got a crack in a fuel line or something? There's one in line there. That's probably what was dripping on me earlier.
What we think just happened is that the mechanical fuel pump is not picking up gasoline from the tank because there's a leak right here at the fuel filter, which is really subtle. But if you touch the filter, it's wet. And if there's a crack in the line, then the mechanical fuel pump can't suck gas, it only sucks air.
That's really loose. It's not even tight.
I hope that's the repair.
Let's see.
Victory!
Dude. Solid.
And it shuts off. We gotta mark our territory. I remember sitting and designing this logo from scratch with a guy named Alan Alpanian, who was our corporate art director at the time. And we sat there and messed with it, and I wanted the grime. And this was supposed to look sort of like an old road. And there we go, 12 years later, sticking it on our race car.
Ready to race.
All right, I think we're gonna head on the drag strip, see if we can race these things.
All right, I'd call that a successful test drive. We made it.
We made it to Mooresville Dragway, which is now officially Mooresville Motorsport Complex because we've got the Roadkill Rally World down the street.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just right there at the end of the drag strip. But first, we are gonna go side by side.
Yeah, we should find out how slow they are.
Yeah, how slow is probably the right thing. Oh, and look what's here. Eric Yost just showed up with his Camaro and the cannon. Yeah. He has a homemade cannon that we're going to use to start us once we get to the Roadkill Rally World. But
it's a guy who knows how to party.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, we have no idea of kind of mechanically what these are. I have a 305, he has a 350. They're both turbo 350s. We have no idea what gear they have in the back, but we're ready to race.
Yes.
Okay, little practice there, and here we go.
There's Freiburger. All right, we're both pre-staged. Clear stage.
I got him out of the hole, and he caught me and passed me. His car is way faster.
So I think I treed him, then he drove out of my life, then I went by it.
The 350 outpulls the 305 hard. At least now I got an excuse when he beats me on the dirt track. We should have a race to see who can get out first, because it's tough. That was fun.
I like this car.
Yeah, it was quicker than mine. 8:55 to you, 8:97 to me. So if that's a quarter mile, it's 13:42.
All right.
So not too bad. Mine's 14:08. Your car's much quicker, which is great for me because I can use it as an excuse when you outrun me at the dirt track. Let's go over there. Okay. This track is a beautiful thing. We were able to rough it in, by which I do mean rough.
Yeah, we made a minefield.
And then those guys came in and they actually graded it out, took the whoop-de-doos out of it, and man, it's looking smooth and good. I've already driven my car, so I say we begin time trials with you.
Okay, so 3 laps, iPhone timing. Quickest person determines pole position. Pole position is basically which side of the track do you want when we take off.
All right, I'm gonna break out the timer.
All right, I'm getting in my car. This is gonna be rad. So cool.
All right, let's get within a safe viewing distance.
Here we go.
I will tell you that our crew tested this in a Jeep Wagoneer rental vehicle and ran 44 seconds. So can Finnegan beat the rental Wagoneer? Seconds. Finnegan has beat the Wagoneer. But now he's going to be faster because he'll be coming in hotter and he's learned the track. That was faster. He went 40.53. .641. You just keep going faster and faster.
Woo! I think my car is a little warm. That was amazing.
You beat the rental Wagoneer.
Nice. I'm smoking a little bit.
Yeah, it's overheating. 36.41.
What?
Yeah.
Dude, I'll say this, though. First gear was easier to control than second gear. Second gear is going to be way faster if you can make it work.
My shifter basically doesn't work, so I get what I get.
Okay.
Yeah, that was cool, though. It was fun to watch.
I can't wait for you to experience this. This is so much fun, dude.
There we go. That's the fast part of this track right here. You can get after it right there. All right, Dave, blaze the donut. Oh man, he is greasing this thing. Look at this. Such artistry. Woo, 37.56. He is within 1 second of my best time. Oh, he's carrying some speed now. You can tell he cares. He's definitely not hanging it out like I would expect him to during qualifying here. Boom.
I think I was slower than Finn by a lot. Whew. That had to be slower than you.
You greased the donut, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely greased it. And you could tell you were trying because you were not hanging it out like I expected you to. Lap number 3, though, 38.
Yeah, so you were quicker.
Just a little bit, you know, like 1.5 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay, so given the standings here, this means that I have the option of picking inside or outside for turn number 1, which probably doesn't matter much. But I'm going to go inside anyway.
You're going to go inside, okay.
Yeah.
All right, I clearly underdrove the situation. Could have been faster probably if I was sliding more. I would say that I was just trying to keep it stuck, but the truth is, I was just trying to keep from spinning out. I'm waiting for Finnegan to line up next to me. I'm also waiting for Eric to load 2 pounds of powder in his homemade cannon. Our start signal is gonna be cannon. Now, I gotta officially disclaim this and say, do not do this at home, but you're gonna need to watch it on Roadkill. This is gonna be violent.
I blew it. I meant outside, because then that gets me to the inside of that corner down there.
That's correct.
You know what that means? I'm just gonna have to go straight.
That's cheating. Finnegan and I also agreed on a donut rule where whoever is out front has to complete the donut, but anybody who's behind has the option to skip the donut and cut ahead.
I see the fuse lighting. We're already bumping. We're already bumping. Oh my goodness. It's hard to see. I'm having to slow down a lot because I can't see. Oh, I can't see. I'm gonna follow him. Why not? I know I have the option, but I'm just gonna follow him. Oh, I'm getting roasted and I can't see nothing. Oh, I'm passing him. And now I'm ahead of him because of the donut rule. Oh, this is some great racing. Oh no. Oh no, my motor shut off. I stalled it. Come on, baby. I gotta catch up. Oh no. I had it! He spun right there, I can tell. Oh my God. I can't see. Oh, I had him and I spun it out. That was fun. You want to do it again?
After I breathed for a minute, I spun and you got around me, right?
Yep.
And then I got around you on the donut rule.
Down here, you went wide. I ducked in and passed you.
Yeah.
But then I spun out right at the end.
I saw the cones everywhere. Finnegan's gonna win by me being old because I'm out of breath. Ah! He's long gone now.
I'm in first place. I don't know where he is. But now he can go around me.
I cannot see him at all. I cannot see the track at all. And now I'm ahead of him because of the donut rule. And now he's ahead of me because of the donut rule.
I'm on fire. I think my motor's so melty and unhappy.
Well, he beat me in 4, but I beat him in 3.
Oh my God, that was fun. I actually like being in second place. Your whole strategy has to change. I just need to be able to see him through this dirt cloud so that when he gets to the donut and he has to go around it, I can time it to go around him without getting hit.
Yeah. When you're ahead of me, somehow it's actually easier to drive.
Yeah.
Weird.
Oh, being up front and having no mirrors, you're like, I got to go as fast as I can so I can widen the gap so that when I go around the donut, he doesn't beat me around the outside.
Right,
you know? I think people can go out and buy cars like this from any racing series and then just go out in the middle of nowhere with a permit, dig a dirt track, and I think for 10 grand, you and your buddies could have 2 cars and just the rest of the day.
Buy a dirt track car for cheap and get out there and find a buddy with some acreage and a cannon and have yourself a blast. Here's something that I've been thinking about a lot over the past year or so, and that is if you really want to be a guy hooning muscle cars on dirt, there is no better training than being a dirt oval track racer. And I've never been into it, and I don't really understand the technology of it, but this episode hooked me, man. There is nothing more fun. And like Finnegan wrapped up at the end of the show, this is like a great dirt cheap way to have fun. Buy a couple of old dirt track cars, build a track, I guarantee that you will dig it, and we've got the bug, so you just might see more of this on an upcoming episode of Roadkill.
Lights are flashing, bass is loud. Feel the rhythm, move with the crowd. Hands up high, body so close. Tonight's the night we lose control. Racing, don't slow down. DJ spinning, feel the sound. No more worries, no more rules. Just let go and break the mood. Don't stop the music, turn it up. Let it hit, let it rush. Feel the fire, feel the heat. Lose yourself inside the beat. Don't stop the music, don't let go. Keep it loud, let it flow. One more dance, one more night. We'll keep it going till the sunlight. Neon dreams and midnight skies. Your body's moving, catching my eyes. Spin me round, take my hand. We'll dance until we can't stand. Heartbeat racing, don't slow down. DJ spinning, feel the sound. No more worries, no more rules. Just let go and break the mood. Don't stop the music, turn it up. Let it hit, let it rush. Feel the fire, feel the heat. Lose yourself inside the beat. Don't stop the music, don't let go. Keep it loud, let it flow. One more dance, one more night. We'll keep it going till the sunlight. Hands in the air, let's go higher. Feel the pulse, feel the fire. No less call, no goodbyes. We live forever in these lights. Don't stop the music, keep it strong. Let it play all night long. One last drop, one last ride. We'll dance until the end of time.
This time on Roadkill, 4 guys, 5 days, a bunch of unexpected problems, turns into
The dumpster fire Daytona! All right, so this is my 1969 Dodge Charger, which I bought in Michigan last summer at our Roadkill Nights event. And pretty much I bought it because it looks like an old NASCAR that somebody butchered into a pro street car, and to be honest, it's not an old NASCAR. It's a fake. It's not a real Dodge Daytona. It's just a very rusty, butchered pro street version that I could afford. And I bought it because I like the way it looks. Problem is it needs one of everything, including new torsion bars. We had to cut these in half to get them out. We also had to redo the brakes and the front suspension and the steering. But my friends are here, and the next 5 days, we're gonna make it run and drive and do burnouts. Have a dream. I bought this at Roadkill Nights. I'd like to drive it back to Roadkill Nights. And pretty much I bought it for the visual. From like 30 feet, your average human thinks this is a really, really expensive Dodge Daytona. From 29 feet, it's junk.
This is doo-doo.
But I'd like your opinion before we get started. You know, in 5 days, can we make this run and do burnouts?
I would say no, except for that you got some stuff done before we got here, like the brakes and wiring and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, the bones will be made up of old Roadkill project cars. We have the engine out of the Death Metal Charger 383. We have the trans out of Blasphemy.
Yeah, clutchless 5-speed. That's what this thing needs.
Yeah.
And then we have the Dana rear end out of the Rubber Duck Firebird, which we know is already bent. So
It's perfect.
why not use all of that stuff? I have 5 days and 2 Legends in my garage. We're fine.
But on first glance, I mean, I thought this may be a real Daytona.
Really?
Yeah.
For those unaware, the 1969 Dodge Charger Daytona was a specially built model just for NASCAR. Like, for NASCAR, you had to have a production car sold to the public, and Chrysler really wanted to win, so they developed a really aerodynamic package just to win NASCAR, and then sold them to the public. They actually didn't sell very well because they're ludicrous cars. They typically don't fit in a normal garage. The claim to fame is this was the first stock car for NASCAR to run 200 miles an hour. Buddy Baker did that at Talladega and then crashed and burned. So it's perfect.
Well, that's not gonna happen to us.
No, we'll be good.
I guess swing the
let's
motor in.
pull the nose off first. We're gonna have to get all this junk out of here. This thing is rusty. It's got a fiberglass nose on it, fiberglass wing.
Scratch the paint.
Not the fresh paint. I think we can get over it.
Sounds like a machine gun fire. Coming down slowly.
This is new. I've never done this before.
Oh, that's a Roadkill Garage norm right there.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're up against the firewall with the flange of the bell housing.
Those wings on the pan
Right.
are interfering with their installation.
Yep.
Otherwise, it would just drop right down.
This is gonna be a lot of cutting.
Okay.
You might as well just
cut it.
cut it now.
Oh, if only we had put an automatic transmission in here. That motor would already be installed. They would have just bolted right in. But we didn't. And the problem with that is it's longer and taller, and it's hitting the floor and this cross member. And the cross member is here because it not only attaches the floor to the frame rails, but it also houses the torsion bars, which hold up the entire front end of the car. It's kind of important. And we have to cut it out.
All right. Out she comes. Okay, come down.
Going in there. We're gonna cut from here to here as a starting point, then put the motor and trans back in and see, do we have to cut anything else? There we go. Fixed.
Coming down. That was good. Sort of our methodology here is we're going to take the engine and trans in and out a whole bunch of times until we've cut the floor enough to get clearance for the transmission. How's your fitment? I can see it through this hole.
It's good all the way back here.
I was hoping to just eyeball where we have to hack for the transmission and then take the trans off, mount the engine, and do the trans again.
Just like imagining being in the trench or something in World War I.
All right, we're gonna have to take this trans and bell housing off so that we can slip the engine in because the oil pan is hitting the K-member, and once that's in, we're gonna try and muscle this trans up and figure out where else we have to cut the floor.
It's pushing the oil pan forward like 2 or 3 inches. It means the clutch can has to come off. Get the right there.
Yep. You're good. Bingo.
In, stop.
Wow.
Okay. Okay, we're picking it back up so we can crawl underneath and make the transmission fit. Looks like that's gonna go.
Wow.
Great, that was awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Wow, I hope that this rusty frame rail doesn't collapse while I'm under here.
So David's jacking the transmission up right now to greet our big block Mopar, which is in place in the engine bay.
We got the transmission in so that we can start eyeballing, cutting out the floor, and so we can build a trans cross member, but we wanted to install the headers so that we can get the engine in exactly the right place before we mount the trans and lock down the position of all this stuff. The headers that Finnegan got are from TTI, which is a company I usually recommend for Mopars. These, however, are their shorty headers. The plus to this is they fit super easily.
Yes.
The downside, Steve,
Power loss.
these kill power. We tested them on Engine Masters that, hey, it's Finnegan's car. He doesn't like power that much. Oh, hi, Mike. Look how easy that was.
Yeah, the dipsticker tube is in the way, though.
Motor and trans are in, kind of. The motor's mounted, the trans is just kind of floating in space back there. We're pretty sure we're gonna have to cut the floor of the car, but we don't know how much. So what I'm gonna do is put an angle finder on the rocker of the car. I'm gonna zero it here. Then I'm gonna go to the motor and put it on a flat part of the motor and see what is our angle of our engine in relation to the rocker, because this is really the only level surface of the car. And so we kind of want to get the motor somewhat close to level, maybe a little down. We are about 3 degrees down. That means the back of the motor is tilted down. And in order to get it level with the rockers, because we zeroed this on the rocker, we'd have to raise it up about that much. That's about 3/8 of an inch in the middle of the motor, which means the trans probably has to come up about an inch to become parallel with the chassis. We're cutting more sheet metal. That's what's about to happen. Okay.
1.8.
You can go up some more, Dave.
Yeah, this shifter stud is hitting the floor already right there. It's 1 finger away right here.
Time to put the shifter in. We're going to the old tried and true H pattern, which everybody knows and loves. You know, if you know how to drive stick, you probably learned on an H pattern. Same deal, rods and levers, bolt to the side of the trans. Well, it took all of 8 seconds to figure out, not only does the shifter not clear the trans tunnel, but the shift rods don't clear the trans tunnel either. So we're gonna have to cut this further forward and we're gonna have to cut this further backwards. I think our trans is lined up where it needs to be. We need to make a trans mount because now our shifter's in, that's clearing. We have Swiss cheesed our floor. We move forward, we build a trans mount, start eyeballing our rear end problems. This is the makings of a ghetto fabulous transmission crossmember. You know, if it was a race car, it'd be round and be much lighter, but this is not a race car. This is a roadkill car, so I took whatever scrap I had laying around, butchered a notch into it for the spine of the transmission. We'll put this up against our floor, put a bolt through the crossmember that we already cut that is definitely rusty and not secure, and this is what will hold our transmission from falling out of the car. Don't do this at home.
Hey, I'll give it a shot. I think that's pretty close.
So far, we dropped in the engine and trans. In the next 4 days, we need to completely fabricate a rear suspension, order the drive shaft, do a complete fuel system, finish brake hard lines up here and back there, battery cable starter relay, oil pressure line, oil, trans fluid, rear end gear oil, throttle, pedal and cable.
All I heard was blah, 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 burnouts. No problem. We can do this, man. We can do this.
So if you finish the trans cross member, I think Steve and I should rip the whole rear end out of the car so that we can get the new suspension fabbed in the rear end in so we can order a drive shaft and get that here in time.
All right.
Okay, ready?
Almost there.
This is gonna be a speedy down. That was some technique right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Our next plan of action is to put the wheels and tires on the new rear end, which came out of Finnegan's Rubber Duck Firebird. These tires we just installed are a ProTrack 445 5015, huge by large. The idea of this being a Dana 70 is gone. You can usually look at the web of a Dana rear end and it'll have cast in it what it is. And it clearly says it's a Dana 60. It's just a big beefy one. What we're gonna do next is roll the rear end under and jack it up and make sure it fits the wheel tubs and then start to fit the leaf springs. With the rear end rolled under the car, we sort of eyeballed the situation here, and what we decided to do is leave the leaf springs where they are rather than outboard them on the frame. That's gonna end up putting the new leaf spring pads right up against the cast center section of the Dana 60, and then you have to fit a U-bolt, so we're gonna grind away some ears on the casting and put a U-bolt right over the casting. We'll have to get a bigger U-bolt made for that.
I love this saw. This So this is our transmission crossmember. Kind of looks like a spaceship. That's always fun. This part bolts to the transmission. This part is gonna bolt to the crossmember under the floor that we hacked in half. And the way that's gonna work is we're gonna run a bolt through this and then through the crossmember. And I've cut this piece of tubing. And this is what my bolt's gonna go through. And I'm gonna slide that tube in the tubing. And then I'm gonna weld it together. And once the tube, the round tube, is welded to the box tube, this becomes one unit. And I can tighten the bolt as much as I want and it's not gonna destroy the tubing. Everything I just did to that crossmember, which was drilling holes through it, welding in these sleeves, now I have to do to the crossmember in the car. So Steve is laying under there with a right angle drill, trying to get to the free side so that then we can put these in there, TIG weld them in place, then we're done. With the crossmember, not the car. All right, you're through.
We're starting to position the rear axle in the car. Steve's gonna hang the spring in the shackle.
Everything has to align just perfectly.
I don't even care if it's not fast. It just looks cool.
Let her down. Mike then needs to go forward. There we go. Ah, perfect. Mine, there we go.
We have a plan. This rear end is gonna work. So what we're gonna do is unbolt the leaf springs, remount the shackles, outboard the frame rail, build a new mount up front for the hanger, and then we can finally put the weight on the tires and see the stance and be like, yeah, high five, look at those meats. Bo's happy, I can tell.
Okay, that sounds like a good plan.
All right, let's take it apart.
Yeah. We're moving the springs outboard by 1 spring width. We took them out of this bracket right in here, and we're moving them just to the outside, and we will still use this. Mike is right now using CAD to make a new bracket that will go right here to hold it.
We did some cardboard data drafting, and now I'm gonna cut this out in the vertical bandsaw, run a drill bit through the original holes in it so that we're sure they line up, and then we'll be done.
Finnegan fabbed up this great bracket, which is going to move our leaf spring from right here to right here. But the thing is, to weld it in, you really want it straight. You don't want it flopped out this way or that way. So what I did is I made these pieces of tubing that went through the old bracket into the new ear right here, and then made a spacer with a nut and bolt, which holds it all together. So once this is welded, it'll be in perfect alignment to grab the leaf spring.
Oh, good day. Freiburger and Dulcich killed it. Rear end obviously is not in the car, but we're very, very close because now we at least have front brackets to mount our leaf springs. We'll build the back ones tomorrow. It's bedtime. Going to bed. Done.
Good morning from the palatial Finnegan estate. You can do anything here, but we're doing it slowly. The list is still long. Those guys are out at storage place picking up parts so we can finish up the rear suspension, but I still have this list to do, so I'm gonna start whittling away at that. Engine compartment's where I'm most at home, so I think I'm gonna start bolting headers on, and those guys can finish up the suspension once they get back.
I'm really excited about these. These are used Centerline Combo Pros, and we stuck Mickey Thompson ET Street Skinnies on the front. Perfect for our Pro Street car. Yep, it rolls.
I think the torsion bars probably have no tension in them.
Hey, but it's still in one piece. Here's our plan. We're gonna take the leaf springs out. We're gonna drill new holes for the rear shackles 1 inch further forward so that when it's sitting at ride height, the shackles have a little more rearward angle. And then we're gonna make new mounts so that we can move the leaf springs out more to the frame rails, giving us plenty of room to put that giant Dana 60 center section under this car.
There we go. Just got that skewered, and now Finnegan's gonna come back, cut that to length, and weld it in.
I can't approve of RTV on a valve cover gasket. no. Finnegan wants to install a tunnel ram on this. As a matter of fact, we got one from eBay. So I'm gonna go open it and inspect it and decide if we're installing it or not on our short deadline. Tunnel ram scenario, this falls under the category of completely optional. Ooh, this is an old one too. This is a Y-end tunnel ram for the 383 Big Black Chrysler. See how it says say Y and on the logo? That is the older one. So this thing is legit. Now, the real time consumer on the tunnel ram is not so much the tunnel ram itself, but the linkage. And he got a couple of carburetors. Are not really tunnel ram carburetors. These are single 4-barrel race units. This is gonna be a Holley XP 750 double pumper. We're gonna put them on sideways, as all good tunnel rams should be. Uh-oh. All right, we're not using this tunnel ram. That game is over. So this is such an old tunnel ram that it's only drilled for the bolt pattern for an AVS type carburetor or for inline Holley. So the sideways mounted Holleys are not gonna work. See, they'll mount inline, but 2 of them won't fit because the float bowls will hit each other. So that's game over on the tunnel ram. I made spark plug wires and battery cables happen, and Dulcich is fixing the alternator bracket. Now I have to move on to some wiring. Finnegan had a friend go through the car and actually wire all the headlights and turn signals and all that stuff. It's kind of crazy. And he also wired the stuff off the factory ignition switch according to the colors of the factory 1969 Charger wiring diagram.
Oh yeah, no, we're good. We're
Really?
good.
Oh, that worked out perfectly.
Nailed it.
Is that in the middle-ish?
So you have 3.5 inches from tire to spring, and this has 3 inches. So push it a 1/4 inch. That might have nailed it. I mean, there's still the spring dangle,
11 years
but
of
it's
soccer.
pretty close.
Was Bruce Lee here?
Okay. All right, ready for axle coming down? That, okay?
There we go.
Yeah.
So right now the guys are throwing U-bolts and spring pads in there. We don't have all the parts to actually lock this in place. We're missing the bushings for the back of our leaf springs. Those will be here tomorrow. But tonight we can at least clamp this together and set it on the ground and be fully motivated to keep going because we only have 2 days left. What we have here are the finest 445 tires money can buy. We want them to fit in here without hitting the quarter panel like they're doing it now. Now, if we just lower the jack and let this hit the ground, the wheel's gonna go back, but not before it caves in the already dented quarter panel. So I'm gonna clearance it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, going down for the stance.
Ooh.
Boom.
Dude,
It's sitting on the quarter panel here in the back.
it is?
Yeah.
Dude, I have all the room in the world back here. Dude, look at the wing and the big tire and
It's pretty good.
it is so cool. This looks awesome.
It's a big meat.
Oh man.
Ooh, ride's good. We need to crank up this torsion bar like crazy.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
Me
We get to
too.
cruise this, dude. We get to cruise this.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Wow, this is badass. I love crappy cars.
Well, you've reached the pinnacle.
Dude, I know,
And it's actually good.
like
Yeah.
we literally just built the crappiest version of the coolest muscle car ever.
I think if we crank up that torsion bar, you might solve some of your tire problems.
Oh, yeah. One of the things we noticed when we got the car on the ground on its mean tire and wheel combination is that it's sitting kind of cattywampus, so we've got to do something about that. Fortunately, a Mopar's got adjustable torsion bars, so all you have to do is go underneath, adjust the adjuster, and level her out.
Stop. Now do the other side. Oh, this tire's ramrodded into the quarter. After all that measuring and fiddling and bending in the back, trying to center the rear end, we decided that that was all ridiculous because we don't have bushings in the leaf springs, and there's a bunch of other problems where it just needs to be tight and final installed before we really measure anything. So what we're gonna do now is pick this up and put it on race ramps to get it up off the ground and measure for our drive shaft length. But when we do that, we have a new surprise for you, and it's really good.
Crawled under the car to measure it for a drive shaft, and I discovered we can't put a drive shaft in this car because there's a cross member here. And I never really paid much attention to this cross member before, especially not when we were welding leaf spring brackets to it. But basically, this rear cross member is the backbone of the rear suspension. Tomorrow, we get to do major surgery on this.
Thursday morning, and I'm leaving for a vacation trip on Saturday, so we have 2 days to do all this. I just made a more detailed list of everything that we need to do, and we went through it and marked off the optional things, stuff we didn't need in order to do burnouts. My job's gonna be engine. Steve's working on bolting in the steering column. Finnegan's working on that pinion angle and drive shaft, and you'll see another guy here in the background, Joe. He's helping us all day long, so you'll see him.
In the interest of forward progress, I'm trying to lock the rear end in place. Currently, the rear axle is just sitting on the leaf spring pads on top of the leaf springs loose. We'd like to lock the rear end at least side to side and set the pinion angle. Well, the way you do that is by welding the axle tubes to the axle pads. We can't do that until we figure out, is our axle centered so that the tires don't hit the quarter panel? I don't want to measure the leaf spring because this stuff is all crooked still because it's not tightened up. So we're going to measure from the ruler to the tire on both sides, shift the rear end, I think, this way, tighten everything down with the U-bolts. When we're sure the pinion angle is correct, we'll weld it.
So right now, we're taking the trans back out again to put the clutch back in that we removed earlier. Once the clutch is in, the trans back in, we have a yoke on its way. We'll put the yoke in the back of the trans, then measure for our drive shaft, which our local guy will get done today.
I finished most of the wiring except for charge wire and starter wire, which is holding on other things. So I'm gonna go ahead and install the carburetor. We got this, the Holley 1850. Old school, 600 CFM, vacuum secondary, mechanical choke. Look at that. You know that's gonna come into play. This thing is gonna save me some time because it has a single fuel inlet. The typical high-performance Holley carburetors that we use are dual feed, and it just takes more plumbing to do that. And the aftermarket kits that you can get to go into those generally ram right into a big block Mopar distributor. So this is gonna be good enough for Finnegan to do burnouts. Quick tech tip, when I install a carburetor, I like to work the throttle linkage, and don't forget to do it on the vacuum secondary as well, just to make sure that the blades are not hitting the manifold and the linkage is not hitting the outside of the manifold. This one seems flawless.
I wanted to finish up the steering column, but the guys are working there, and so I'm going to move on to the radiator. What I have is a Griffin aluminum radiator that replaces the original copper brass radiator. Now, when you're putting in an aftermarket part, you have to expect a little finessing to get it to work. The fans are ramrodded right into the water pump, so that's not going to operate like that whatsoever. So the radiator has to come forward. I think we can modify, cut off these flanges, and when we're all done with that, it's just going to be nuts and bolts and wires, and all of this is going to function exactly as the manufacturer intends.
Mike and Joe got the transmission and the clutch back in, and we got it jacked up in position, and Dulcich and I were able to measure the drive shaft. Finally, they're gonna turn it around in 1 day, so we should get that done. I'm in the middle of ordering a bunch more parts from Summit Racing that we need in order to wrap this thing up.
Right now, Dulcich is at the front of the Charger, cutting up my mint condition core support to put a new radiator in.
We're just going to try to find space, a millimeter at a time, pulling that radiator back little by little until it fits in just as if it was made for the car. Well, in fact, it was made for the car, but that's a story for another day. This is going to be our trial fit. We made a few modifications to the core support. It should gain us a little clearance. That's a complete win.
Yeah.
Nice work.
Man, I'm glad I got that together.
What we have here is a visual representation of how this build is going. This is the starter that was on that 383 when it was in death metal. It does not work. Brand new AC Delco unit also doesn't work. Why? Because the headers we bought won't allow either one of these to bolt up. I went all the way to my other shop and grabbed 3 starters from Blasphemy. One of these has to work. All right, that's not gonna work. It does not work. It's also really far.
To people at home, if you have a 383 and you buy the shorty block hugger headers from TTI, they won't tell you that there's only one starter in the entire world that will work on this, and it's made by some guy at his home garage, and you know you're not gonna find it. So there's your warning.
We're supposed to drive this tomorrow, but I don't think that's happening.
Steve's still working on the valve cover. Mike's underneath. You can hear him starting to zap the whole chassis back together. My job is break hard lines throughout the entire car. And by hard lines, I mean potentially soft lines. This is a -3 AN line that is crimped specifically for brake pressure. And, you know, they've said forever that you shouldn't use a bunch of this in your brake system because they expand and give you a squishy pedal or something. I'm not buying it. So I think I'm gonna try and do that everywhere that I can. It's sort of a hunt to find fittings and stuff. Other cases, I'm going to build hard lines. You can see my template here for making that happen.
You guys want to feel way better?
Sure.
Suspension. No.
Incomplete. A lot of stuff is started, nothing is completed.
Well, brakes.
No.
But you can scratch that one off.
What?
Valve cover gaskets. Done.
Valve cover gaskets. Done.
That's one more off the list.
Dude, you're a legend.
No exhaust.
Yeah, no. I'm just gonna put this back over here and focus on what we did accomplish today, guys. Tomorrow will be way more victories.
Well, right now, sleep, maybe.
Good night, guys.
It went really good today, though. I feel good.
Hi there. It's the same day.
I know I went to bed, but I woke up on the same day.
It's morning.
Punch drunk, tired.
Producer Taylor went to Knoxville. He went somewhere in Tennessee last night, met a Roadkill fan, and found these, which means any of our 6 starters will now work on this car.
Yes, from none to all, right?
We got to remove the headers and install stock manifolds. Back to work, lots to do.
All right.
It might seem like 1 step forward, 2 steps back, but what I'm doing is I'm taking off our carefully installed shorty headers and putting on these, the factory 440 HP manifolds. We tried every single starter known to man, and none of them would fit with those shorty headers. With this, I can put practically any starter, and it'll fit no problem at all.
Right now, Joe is in the back of the car finishing up the fuel cell mount. I have to modify the fuel cell to actually make it fit our Pro Street car. And the reason for that is our rear frame rails are very narrow. The problem is it normally mounts in the car like this. Like if that's the front of the car and that's the back, it goes between your frame rails. Our frame rails are so narrow, I have to turn it like this. The problem with that is the outlets for the fuel are no longer at the back of the vehicle, which is where you want them. As the car accelerates, gravity, acceleration, all that, it's gonna make the fuel go backwards. So what I'm gonna do is cap these off. I'm gonna drill a hole at our new back end of our fuel tank. Weld that bung in there, and now we can put an outlet fitting in our hose where we need it. All right, that's not gonna leak.
Here's sleep deprivation in action. This is so stupid. Dulcich was walking by this morning, noticing something. He says, Freiburger, do you have the line lock going to the rear brakes? It's like, yes, I do. The line lock obviously is supposed to go in the front brakes. If you don't know what a line lock is, you step on the brakes, you press a button, it locks all the pressure to the front brakes, releases pressure to the back brakes, and you can do a burnout because the front end's locked up. You really want to eyeball that the drum brakes have the smaller reservoir and are typically in the front in the master cylinder, and the disc brakes typically have a larger reservoir and are typically on the back of the master cylinder. And I was feeding that line lock from the front. So I will be rebending this Picasso of a line. And it'll probably actually look better, and I won't trap a nut on it.
We tried a bazillion starters with the other header, and there was no way any of them were going to work. So we put the stock manifolds on, and right now this starter is going to drop in place like it was made for the car.
We're ready to set our drive shaft angles, and it's actually a perfect situation where we're able to set the pinion angle because the spring pads aren't welded on yet, and we're able to move the transmission up and down to get that just right. Here's the situation with U-joints. They want to operate in equal and opposite angles. Imagine that the pinion in the rear end is perfectly level with the ground, and so is the transmission. You can see that the drive shaft is going to be at the same angle on both ends. It's just that the angularity is down here on this end and up here on that end. And so what you have to do is make that happen in the car, which can be tricky. And remember that you also want the rear end pinion on a sprung car, not on like an IRS, to be down a couple degrees more than is required, so that when you're accelerating and the pinion climbs the ring gear, that it ends up being in the right place. Now we're ready to check the angularity from the transmission to the drive shaft. Now the way we're going to do that is with a little angle finder right here, and I have to use this little surface right here. And I'm going to hold the angle finder to it. Once I have it zeroed on the transmission, I move it over here to bottom dead center on the drive shaft. So what I've got here is 0.6 degrees. So what that means is essentially the transmission center line is even with the drive shaft. It's 0.6 degrees down, but you really want more than that. Now, the reason why it's almost flat is because this car has huge tires on the back. You can see that a tall tire would move the back of the car up, and then you have to move the axle up to move the back of the car down. When you do that, you end up putting the transmission and the pinion almost in line, which is a problem because a U-joint doesn't want to operate at 0 degrees. It wants a couple degrees on it so that it doesn't have sort of a flutter to it. Now we're going to move to the back and adjust the pinion angle, which I can't do right now because we've got that cross member hitting the drive shaft. So maybe I'll ask Finnegan to cut that out and we'll carry on.
Okay, drive shaft can go back in.
0.1. 1. Okay, that's good. Now this. Okay, we're good. Man, it's a process. We just spent like half an hour measuring and triple measuring everything we need to set the pinion and transmission angle and make a transmission spacer. Mike just tacked the spring pads onto the rear end housing. I'm gonna go tighten all the U-bolts up, which will squish everything together and might change the pinion angle a little bit. Then we'll jack everything back up. Then we have to take the whole thing out, fully weld the spring pads, refabricate the cross member that we cut out, and then put it back in, figure out the shocks and the shock cross member.
I don't know what time it is, but we're supposed to be doing burnouts by now, and it's been one little thing after another, just eating and eating and eating at our time. Like right now, I need to connect the pedal to the push rod to operate the master cylinder. That's going to take time. Freiburger had to make brake lines. Finnegan had been getting this rear end ready to go in. There's all kinds of stuff, but you know what? We're going to make it. We're going to make it. We're going to get out there and we're going to do our burnouts. Even if Freiburger misses his vacation, we are doing burnouts.
Burnouts are not happening tonight. But on a positive note, we can cross stuff off the list. Rear shocks, we bought them, they're here. Oh, did you guys replace the leaf spring bolts?
Yep, done. Rear end's almost back in.
Cross that off. The hard line to the T on the rear axle?
Close. Victory.
Wow. For the first time, I think we might pull this off. this is great progress. This is all that's left to do. I've already done one thing this morning. It's 7 a.m. It's not the same day as when it was the same day yesterday morning, but it's the same day as when it was the same day last night at 3 in the morning when I went to sleep.
That's this morning.
We're gonna try desperately to get this all done and get at least one burnout in today.
I think by noonish today, this will roar to life.
I'm gonna put the shifter in. This straight stick from Long Racing Shifters is what I ran during Drag Week 2019 when Tony Angelo and I set the class record and won with this transmission. But it's a little too far forward in this car, so we're going road race style with this kickback shifter. And then we also got a new B&M shift knob, which is bigger than our shifter, but all the inserts for it are smaller than our shifter, so this is not gonna go on. I'm gonna install the G-force knob, which is gonna fit, but doesn't have a button, which is a bummer. So now I'm gonna have to put like a micro switch on the stick to activate the line lock.
I'll let that run out.
It's time to remove the front part of that roll bar. We'll just cut it and bend it till it breaks off.
Now watch this. It's barely welded on, and it's made of 1.5-inch tube, which isn't legal for any sanctioning body anywhere. Ha ha! Ha!
One of the last things we got to do before we test drive the car is adjust the shifter, which is kind of a process. Essentially, the way this works is you're moving the lever here, but then there's 3 rods down here that turn 3 separate levers to engage the gears. To adjust it, you slide this pin into these 3 rails. Once it's in there, what you're looking for is the ability to slide the pin smoothly in and out. If it does not slide smoothly through each one of these rails, then you turn these rods, which have left and right-hand thread heim joints in them, to release a gap here and here, forward and backwards, and eventually this will be smooth. And once this is smooth, that allows you to bang shift this thing real easy. This is a clutch-assisted transmission, which means in first gear, when you take off from a stoplight, you use the clutch. After that, you should be able to just rip this stick and go right into the next gear.
Up, up, down,
Down,
up,
up.
That's cool.
What do you think?
We can fire it up and go for a ride.
Daylight.
Oh,
All right.
this car rolls. This car stops. Here we go.
Wow, runs good. There we go. Stop. Gas leak.
fuel filter.
Dude, when do you think the last time this car ran was?
Never?
I don't think it's ever run.
Probably sometime long before they decided to cut it up and do all this.
Yeah. Dude, that was 5 days.
This one's cinched down. We need to get another
This is clamped
post
all
clamp.
the way down and not clamped enough. We're gonna see if it still leaks.
Ready?
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're good.
Motor seems happy. We got oil pressure, we got water temps.
This thing is our bestest, trashiest car ever. It's already been driven like 4 miles and nothing has gone wrong. So of course, we head to the burnout. Yeah. 2-tire fire.
Oh, that was great.
That was cool.
So awesome.
I was really worried that the diff was open based on what we were doing in the shop, but
Yeah!
clearly we got 2-tire fire.
It works. See, I told you it wasn't an open diff. Look at that.
How come you didn't grab second?
Oh, I don't know. I forgot. 5 days.
I made it happen.
Yeah. We did. No kisses, all right?
Wait till you see it in the next episode of Roadkill, where we drive that thing to Roadkill Nights.
This is a recipe that always works. You buy the very worst example of your favorite car, get a bunch of used parts you have lying around, lock your friends in the garage for a week with the only goal being to just make it run and drive. We did that. In fact, the dumpster fire Daytona actually does burnouts. Sure, she's not perfect, and she does need a little refinement, which we're gonna do off camera before road tripping this thing all the way to Roadkill Nights in Michigan, and you're gonna see that on an upcoming episode of Roadkill.